Browns OC Alex Van Pelt on playing Chubb and Hunt together. It's time. Drew, is it time that we see more of the two-back offense?
It's definitely time that we see more than two-back offense. I think this is a tell that Stefanski, he trusts Jacoby Brissett to do the job, obviously. But when you have two elite running backs and guys like Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, you have to utilize them in any single way possible, especially with your backup quarterback being the starter for the next 10 weeks. I think we're going to see it. We saw quite a bit against Carolina, too. We saw quite a bit of the Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb backfield. We saw a little bit of the wishbone offense with those two in the back. We saw I formations with them in the backfield on the goal line. So I think you're going to see a lot more of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt together on the field.
Do you think that Kareem Hunt in any way hurts Nick Chubb's RB1 upside?
I don't think so. I mean, with the 22 carries that Nick Chubb had, he still had almost 150 yards rushing, which is still very, very efficient for a running back, even if he doesn't get any kind of receptions or even he didn't score, but he still almost finished with 18 fantasy points, which for a guy who's getting 22 carries and 141 yards is still very, very efficient, and a guy who could still be a running back one each and every week. The only thing you say is, well, can he do it every week? Now, I'm not going to say he's going to break almost 140 yards every single week, but Nick Chubb is also a running back who's capable of averaging almost 100 yards or getting to that 100-yard marker.
Well, what should Kareem Hunt owners think about these comments? So he outsnapped Chubb in week one, but he was out-touched by Nick Chubb 23-15. He had 4 receptions. He had the 2 touchdowns. Obviously, the touchdowns, 2 touchdowns a week is not sustainable. What do you think is the ceiling for Kareem Hunt, given that Chubb is still more or less the lead back?
You're going to see a lot of Kareem Hunt going out wide or, inside of almost like a slot receiver, or maybe just on screen passes like we saw with the first touchdown that Kareem Hunt had. I formation, simple, fake handoff to Chubb, little screen pass to Kareem Hunt, and he scores. So I think you're going to see a lot of that with Kareem Hunt, where you might see him go out wide and get some, receptions and stuff like that. So I don't think this really hurts Kareem Hunt because people know it's going to be pretty obvious that Nick Chubb's going to get a lot of the groundwork. But I think Kareem Hunt will make it up for it, not only with his feet, but I think he could also make it up with the receptions as well.
Would you say Kareem Hunt or A.J. Dillon?
I would actually go with Kareem Hunt. This is non-biased, but I'd say Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt or a Melvin Gordon?
Again, I'd probably go with Kareem.
Khalil Herbert?
I still go with Kareem.
So you are just dead set on Kareem?
Oh, 100%. Again,
so you think he's a running back too? Because if he's passing guys like A.J. Dillon, you're saying that you think Kareem Hunt will be an RB2?
Oh, absolutely. I think there's a good chance he can be.
Can be or will be?
I think he will be. I'm very confident in Kareem Hunt because I think this is, especially for him too, this is a contract year. I think he's going to work his way to get a bigger extension with the Browns. So,
well, do you worry from this aspect with Kareem Hunt? Let's say the Browns, obviously you guys start off week 1 with a win. You were coming in as the underdog, so it was an upset win. But you got 10 more weeks of Jacoby before Deshaun gets in there. Things can spiral pretty quick on the backup quarterback. If Kareem Hunt and the Browns are less than 500 by the time the trade deadline rolls around, we do know that Kareem was one that was requesting a trade in the offseason. Are you at all concerned about his value taking a hit if he is not on the Browns roster at the end of midseason?
Obviously, I would have some concerns, but I think, and obviously as Browns fans, we're expecting some kind of implosion. I mean, we always do every single year. It's just who we are. It's just what we think about. With Brissett, I think there's a little bit more security because he's a guy who really doesn't turn the ball over too much. But you also have, after these 4 weeks, you go into a very difficult part of your schedule. You start going to New England in week 5, the Chargers week 6 and stuff like that. You start going to a very heavy part of your. Then you come to like the Ravens and the Bengals, obviously, who are never easy. That's where you might see the trending downwards. And Kareem said this many times before, and I know it probably doesn't mean a lot, but he is a Cleveland boy. He's born and raised in Cleveland. He loves playing for the city. I think
he also requested a trade out of the city.
He also requested a trade out of the city, but I feel like that's more of a money issue and not so much of a playing issue.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if he has an opportunity to get more money or more playing time, then I think he's going to take it. Now, obviously, the OC is saying that he's open to the idea of playing them more, but we still need to see what's coach speak from reality. I think this still might be the sell high window on Kareem Hunt because coming off a 2-touchdown effort, people are just going to read the box score. And a lot of people who are more casual fantasy football fans are just going to read the box score. I think this is an opportunity to fleece your league mates because if you can, so you mentioned that you would take him over AJ Dillon. I would disagree with that. I would say I would prefer AJ Dillon over Kareem Hunt. If I have an opportunity to trade Kareem Hunt for AJ Dillon, if anyone is interested in a trade like that, I would do that in a heartbeat. So I think this is the opportunity if you are going to move off Kareem Hunt to move off Kareem Hunt because I don't think that we will really ever see backfield quite at the same level. So we talk all the time about the Kamara and Ingram backfield back in the day, or year one of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I don't think they're ever going to really get back to that level of production where one could be a RB1 and one could be RB2. I think that was abnormality this year. I think Kareem Hunt is really going to be RB3 at best the rest of the year. And I think that the fact that he put up a running back 1 stat line in week 1 will allow you to maximize his trade value if you were to move off him. That's how I feel about it. So we have a slight disagreement over there about what you should do with Kareem Hunt. I think that this is week 1 is going to be one of his better stat lines of the year. And I think that that's where you really maximize effort. Now, if Nick Chubb was to get hurt, obviously that's where Kareem Hunt should, in theory, step in. But it's kind of hard to predict injury, obviously. So that's how I feel about it. I don't know. Fantasy football owners, how are you feeling about it? Are you looking to move off of Kareem Hunt after a great week 1 performance, see what happens here in week 2? Or are you holding tight on Kareem? Do you think that the OC comments from Alex Van Pelt are worth reading into and that he can live up to RB2 potential? Drop below in the comments. Leave a like on the video. If you have any and all fantasy football questions, let us know below. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on social media. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. We'll see you next time.